As a disclaimer, Monster Fuckers Anonymous is indeed about wanting to love and have sex with monsters, but we want to make things extremely clear from the get-go. Not all of the chosen monsters will be sapient, but we will not be endorsing zoophilia or bestiality. We will be as transparent and ethical as possible, while also sex positive and mostly having fun.
Vampires that stalk in the night, werewolves that howl to the moon, dragons that loom over the skies. These monsters and more have plagued mortals for millennia, clouding our minds with one singular thought.
Can we fuck 'em?
Fiction or reality, which one should we be? Don't think that I'm that naive to see the fiction or reality of things you've done to me. Now all this stupid shit is on repeat.
Hello, one and all. Welcome back to another fantastic, wonderful, stupendous episode of MFA, aka Monster Fuckers Anonymous, a show where we talk about monsters, talk about its lore, talk about its media representation, and rate on a scale of 1 to 10 whether or not you who are recovering from a hangover tonight, today, wherever you're listening to this, recovering from a night out, whether or not you should be having sex with those monsters. I am your colorful creature consulting cleric, and with me, as always, is the technical troubadour of technical lovin', Joe.
I think the only person hungover in the world right now is you.
Yeah, okay. I could tone down the energy a bit after that intro. So yeah, I'm sorry everybody if I'm like more tame. Ooh. I went out with a couple angels last night.
And you partook in imbibation. What is it called? Bibations?
Yeah, it's called holy wine.
Okay.
Jesus turned water into wine, so why couldn't we drink it?
It's like his body though, like you're overindulging. I mean, not his blood. Are you overindulging in his blood?
I never said it was, I never said I overindulged. One might say I indulged responsibly.
I don't think so if you're hungover.
MFA is a wonderful show.
Is it?
It is. Because we're here today, just me, Joe, in our little studio in our liminal space here to talk about to go back into another topic that we once had, and one I love to death, one I always love talking about, one I can talk about.
Like.
Why, Joe? Don't you like it?
I don't like sci-fi. Is not my thing.
Yeah, we haven't even said it. Today's topic is we're talking about aliens. Sci-fi is my thing. I love sci-fi shows, movies, everything like that. One of my favorite game franchises is sci-fi. I have a hard time getting into fantasy. This is a tangent.
I love fantasy.
Fantasy, I don't know. I like the more variety of sci-fi because fantasy feels very locked in a space, Like, sure, you can do a lot of things like magic and dragon, but it feels like you're telling the same things over and over. Sci-fi can be, I think, more endless for options.
And I completely disagree with that. And in like the opposite sort of way. Like a lot of the time you're like excluded to like ships or like certain planets. There's like something that like stops you. Like what happened to vast air, vast ocean, caves, underground?
Well, I think if sci-fi done right, you can swap that. It's like there's always a vast universe you could explore. Like one of my favorites, I'll say one of the best examples of this is Star Wars, which Star Wars, I'll be real for everybody, is mid to me. But that's a whole other conversation. Not mid, but it's like not the best. It's there.
It's not your favorite.
It's not my favorite. But I think Star Wars is the best because there's an endless expansive universe. You're visiting planets. All planets are different, are different environments, and you know that this world is continually going on. Like as long as you do space travel right, it is just like exploring the oceans. They're fraught with stuff. Like when you do a fantasy, you can do like on a ship, on like an ocean, and then you just swap it out for the space. But I think space is more deadly because once you get like a hole puncher, oh boy.
A hole puncher?
They go a hole, like a puncture in your hole of the ship.
Oh, I see.
Then it's kind of, you're done. You're cooked. Anyways, what also makes sci-fi super interesting to me is how people make aliens and make species of there. Because I think there's such creativity. There's such variety, and no two aliens are ever alike. Even if they look humanoid, there's something different about them, whether it's culturally, whether it's physically, whether it's just mentally. There's something all different about aliens, and they can sometimes be a mirror into what we are and who we are as people. Which, that can be said for fantasy as well if you do it right. But that's just, it's my...
Sci-fi and fantasy have both burned us in certain ways, so certainly.
Because I'm going on this tangent about aliens, I think that is today's topic. I've brought an alien, Joe has brought an alien, and then Kez has brought a mysterious alien that we know absolutely nothing about. And we will see for the first time today. So, Joe, our little sci-fi fantasy tangent aside, are you ready to talk about fucking?
Let's go. Always.
Wonderful. I am starting this week, which is... but I'm going to talk about one of my favorite aliens and one of my favorite sci-fi fantasies in general. I've already brought an alien species from here, from this game already, and I will continue to talk about it until it's exhausted all of its resources. And it's time to talk about one of the sexiest men in all of gaming. He is by far the sexiest man. That man is Garrus Vicarian from Mass Effect. To the Turians, war is a way of life, and Garrus is no exception. Garrus was a soldier at the age of 15, and it taught him two things: justice and loyalty. He became a CSEC officer, determined to right the wrongs no matter where it takes him. When you meet him, he's willing to follow you into the depths of hell itself, chasing down rogue specters, fighting whole armies of mercenaries, holding back the hordes of mechanical gods. Garrus will be there with you, in the thick of it, right by your side. Garrus. Garrus. Garrus.
Okay.
Garrus. So,
Is he the hot blue man that I see sometimes?
He is the hot blue man. He's in blue armor. He is he looks reptilian, but he's actually avian.
I see.
The people call them the birds, which is an alien slur, which you always love those. But Garrus is one of the most loyal characters you will ever meet. He is extremely...
skinny waist.
He is skinny. The boy is snatched. Like, extremely. Like, my God. So, Garrus is... When you first meet Garrus, he is a CSEC officer, which... This is one of Garrus... Okay, I'm going to talk about Garrus's good points before I get into his bad points, because there are bad points. But Garrus is a CSEC officer. He's trying to hunt down a rogue specter, but everyone is telling him no. And you're one of the only people who's also hunting it. And so he's like, hey, can I join up with you? Blah, blah, blah. And you do. And through this, you kind of meet Garrus. And Garrus is your ride or die. That man will follow you into the depths of hell. This man, no matter what decision you make, no matter where you join, because in a certain point in Mass Effect, you die and come back and get resurrected by a human supremacy group. It makes sense in context. It makes sense in the context. And then Garrus, who's a Turian, is just like, hey, I heard you joined up with these people. What do you need? Oh, you're hunting down a giant species that's capturing humans? Sure, yeah, I'll join up. I know you. I know when I'm with you, everything's cool. And so he comes with you. He is romanceable if you are a woman. He is not, unfortunately, he's not gay. But if you're a woman... That man it's such a cute romance because he's just like, I want to be by your side. Like, we've always been together, me and you, like right through right through everything. And he's your best friend. That man is your best friend. Loyal. He takes a rocket to the face for you. That's why he's all scarred up in the second one, is because he took a rocket to the face meant for you. Actually, no, it wasn't a rocket. It was a rocket and a machine gun.
Oh, wow.
He tanked all of that.
Tanky.
And he said, hey, baby, I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. I love him. What do you think, Joe?
So there is something, this isn't like necessarily a criticism of aliens, and specifically Mass Effect or just in general. I do notice a very like autistic coded nature with a lot of aliens just written in media. And that's like not due to like anybody in particular. Well, yes, it is due to people in particular, but like it's like it's not across the board, certainly. But there is something absolutely like, there's something very charming about Garrus for sure. Like, unfortunately, he's not gay, but most of the time I play like women in games anyway. So it's like no harm, no foul, whatever. I'm enjoying what I'm seeing. Apparently he's awkward in like the romance route, or like he's just like, and we love that. We do love like
he
a very competent
words,
man. Like being very like, I hope you're doing well. Like I'm looking at the quote, your waist looks supportive, like of children, maybe to your children. So that is very cute to me.
Yes. He's the type to be like, he's able to snipe from like 3,000 yards, and he's one of the best soldiers in the entire galaxy. But you put the love of his life in front of him, he's like, so you drink water?
You drink water? Wow.
That's crazy. So do I. We got so much in common. Whoa, bestie.
He comments on female shepherd's hair, and he doesn't have any. He's like, what?
He has no hair, and he's just like, that's, I mean, nice, right?
Those dead hair follicles on your head, it's very smooth.
You got the best childbearing hips I've ever seen.
It's not common to just comment on how reproducible a person looks. Okay, noted. Understood. Got it.
Yeah. So he's awkward. He's like this just awkward, lovable guy who's super loyal, who will never cheat on you, never go away. It's you and him, ride or dies, like burning passion for years to come.
One thing, though.
One thing. What is your one thing?
He seems clingy.
Not clingy. He's more, because he trusts you. There's a level of trust. Codependent is definitely one of them. He might be a little bit codependent. Being like, let's do things together.
You're my best friend.
You're my best. But he also is the type to let you have your own space kind of thing. Where he is, his negative traits, because there are a couple, specifically to us, is he is a cop, former.
Yeah, I do see former. I like that.
He is a former cop. He is a believer of he is above the law. And once the events of the first game are over, he leaves the police force or the C-Sex officers and then goes to a mercenary planet and just starts killing mercenaries.
Love a vigilante. Love a man who takes justice in his own hands.
Yeah, basically,
why not?
He goes by the name Archangel and he starts killing the gangs, and it gets so bad that all the previous gangs that all hate each other and deal with like drugs and weapons and like deadly force all team up to trap him in a building to kill him.
And he survives.
Because you come and help him out, because that's where you meet him again in the second game.
Nice.
And you come help him out. That's the boy.
That's the boy. I enjoy. I love. Like, I don't know if I can't honestly. I've never played Mass Effect. I don't know that much about like the characters.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's like a sexy blue lady.
Yara.
She seems cool. Whatever.
She's a nerd.
That's hot.
There's the other one I was gonna pick was Tali, and I love Tali. Tali's one of my favorites. Tali, I adore Tali. Every time I play the games originally, she's who I romance, and then when I played it again in the remaster, I romanced her first again. Even though I played the exact same game I played 30 times because I just loved her so much. But I want to talk about Garrus because Garrus, I think, needs more. Well, Garrus is one of the most popular NPCs just in general, and I want to talk about him because he got a little like snatched up little waist.
Yeah, he does.
And I like I like him being loyal. I like his like. He's the type to he's a dom in the streets, but he's a sub in the sheets. Like, you are topping that man. That man cannot. He'll be like, he's the type where you put little handcuffs on, and he's like, and he whimpers, and you're just like, yeah, little bitch boy.
But this is for criminals. I'm not. You are tonight.
Yeah, and he'd be like, oh, have I been bad? And you're just like, yeah, you have.
I'll turn myself in then.
No, Roman, I'll turn myself. I've already called. Like, no. What did I do? It's because I jaywalked it, isn't it? It's like, no, Garrus. No. It's fuck. It's because I couldn't wait for the light. There was an old woman. I had to help her.
That's sweet.
He does take his vigilante justice really seriously, though. In the first game, you have to literally talk him down because he's like, there's one criminal who got away and I hate him and I wish I killed him.
Does he have black and white
justice?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
It's like, so there's this guy who he was like selling organs, I think, on the Citadel, and
Well,
he
that's
was,
bad.
yeah,
That's
and
bad.
so he got away just because he like did some things, and so Garrett's like, I want to hunt him down and kill him. Can you help me? And they're like, you could turn him into the
Okay,
police,
hang on.
and like you could turn him into like to face actual justice. He's like, no, justice is him dying.
Okay. All right.
And you have to like convince him. You have to either encourage. You can either encourage his like his to be like, yeah, nah, let's do it. Let's hunt him down, or be like, hey man, maybe stop focusing on revenge and focus on you. And then you repeat that in the next game as well, because when he was doing his merc shit, he had like a whole team, but then he got betrayed. He's like, listen, if you want my loyalty, like my
Right.
super loyalty for this, because he already is loyal to you, but like you have to do loyalty missions. It's a whole mechanic. He's just like, hey, if to be loyal to me, hunt down the guy. Let's find the guy who betrayed my team, and let me kill him. And you can either let him assassinate him,
Let me get him.
or you can like be like, hey Garrus, revenge isn't like great, because when you meet the guy, he's like, I'm so sorry for what I did. They were holding my family hostage, and I just didn't know what to do, and I got scared, and like I did what I had, and I've lived with this regret for the rest of my life. Like I can't even kill myself because I know that's too easy of an out. I need to just like,
Jesus, I need to be exploded.
I need to be just like the worst. Like I need to sit with this sin. Garrus like, let me kill him. It's like, Garrus, he's fucking more. He's like, this is a worse hell than him. He's like, no, let me do it, please.
Please.
And then we
please.
talk him down, and you either talk him down or you let him do it.
Fuck. Wow. A world without Garrus.
World without Garrus. So he's like that, and then in the third game, he's just everyone's is instantly loyal to you. So he's just like, I got you. I have your back. We've done this before. You go to him. He's like, listen, we did this before. We did this 2 times already. The third time's the charm. Let's go. Go. So he can also die in the game. Like you could not have him.
No.
So in the second game, your entire. I'm sorry, I'm going on the Mass Effect tangent. We should probably get to the fucking chart. to the fucking.
Oh, I
specs.
mean, yeah. Like if you, I do feel sufficiently that I know of like a personality nature situation.
Yeah, if you want to hear me talk more about Mass Effect, I don't know, add me on Twitter.
I'm on Twitter.
I'll do a thread. I don't know. So
Yeah,
Spread
I think
skill.
people would love to hear that. Sex appeal.
This man is sexy. He's snatched. He's
snatched.
he also is like always wearing his armor. It's always on. I fucking love that type of shit. I armor on anybody.
Armor
He's
stays
hot.
on during sex.
Yes, for sure. You got to be fully protected. Only your dick is out or your pussy's out. And I'm just like,
Your
your pussy's out. And it's just middle.
I mean, night fetish is a thing. Which
It is,
why I love
and I have it.
fantasy.
Anyways,
The only reason that this is a 9 is because he's a bird.
yeah.
And that was
He's-
derogatory of me, and I apologize. But
He's
there
not
are
here.
some things. He's not real. The only
That'd be derogatory if they're not real. That's a joke. Everyone says no.
Oh, oof. That's why it's 9 is still high. 9 is still very good. So I'll stick to that.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I will agree. I'm gonna give this a 10 because even like I think he's hot. I think he's snatched.
Naturally.
I think the burn scar on him, like the scars on him when he gets it, is hot. Even still.
Burn scar.
Well, because like you see, I think I posted it or
Because he takes
there's-
a rocket to the face.
Yeah, so the 2 pics that I showed, that's him after the scar or after he gets the rocket and all that kind of stuff. And he still wears the scarred armor because he just keeps it on. He's like, this is war scars, both me and my armor and my body.
My body.
So I think it's very hot. So I'm gonna give it a 10.
Naturally. Of
Mhm.
course.
Of course.
Personality.
Okay, so here's where we get to. Even though I love him, I have to knock off a lot of points. I don't believe in vigilante justice.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
not.
I believe in the cops. I believe in a carceral state.
No. First of all, I want to give it clear. I hate the police. So inherently, I hate him. I
How
don't know where to go from here. That was
end of the show.
end the show, and that's the end of the episode. That's the moral of the story. But I think it having to convince him to not kill people.
Black and white justice. Yeah,
I think it's
tough.
a turn off a little bit. Well, I love his loyalty. I love how much he is so funny. He's funny. He's charming. He's sweet. It's such a big part of his story arc and his personality that it kind of taints it a bit for me. So for his personality, I'm going to give it a 6.
No, here's the thing.
Okay.
I think pussy can change his life.
Well, yeah, actually, yes, genuinely, because you can't. Sorry, I fucking glossed over what you said, and then it just hit me over. Well, no, it does actually, because what you can, with the choices in the mechanics of the game, you can convince him to not be vigilante justice. Like, he inherently goes for it. Like, he's like, I could do this, I could do that, but he will, like, if you talk and be like, hey man, no, that's not cool. Or if you thought about mercy, thought about, I don't know, circumstances, things like that, he'll be like, okay, I get it. You're my best friend. I want to fuck you. Yeah. Let's do it. I get it. And he'll come to those quandaries and be like, I thank you for never letting me succumb to my basic, like, thank you for helping me rise above.
Yeah.
So pussy can change his life. I know it's changed mine.
So is it still 6?
I'm going to keep it a 6 because I'll do a 7. I'll up it up to a 7, at least on the top.
I was going 7.
Yeah. I still can't get past the vigilante justice part of it.
Justice. Yeah.
The fact that I have to it's like you're convincing your boyfriend to your white friend about things, and you have to
your
be
boss
like,
made you cry. We gotta kill him.
No, you don't have to do.
He's partaking in blah 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 capitalism. It's like it's
No.
how am I gonna get a job? Like how am I
do
gonna
these things?
relationship potential? He has a whole route.
Yeah. So this is an instant 10. I mean, you can do it.
I don't know, because he starts as your best friend, which is like a whole dynamic in and of itself, which is like cute, it's fine. But then how about like all the times you start as best friends, and then he takes rockets for you. There is a possibility he can die either for you or whatever, which complicates things. It's obviously not like, it's still high because he's literally dating some character, but like we've had many dating some characters before.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean necessarily that like the actual potential to like, because like there are sometimes there are dating some characters that are like, how the fuck am I dating this person? Like they suck, they whatever, but we still love them because it's
sexy.
A simulation. It's sexy. They're sexy. I'm gonna go 8.
Okay.
8.5.
I think that's fair. I would say it's very hard to like, he will be with you no matter what. If you don't date him in the game, he dates, I think Tali.
Interesting. He's really not gay.
He's really not gay. He's for sure straight. I'm sorry to all the gay girlies listening. You can't. He is straight, pussy only. I think he either dates Tali or Liara. I think it's one of those things where it depends on their relationship. But I think it's every time I've seen, it's always been Tali.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So they're cute together because she's like super peppy and naive and like still fun. I love Tali. Anyways, I'll give this an 8.5. I'll echo that.
Cool. For a relationship potential?
Yeah, for relationship potential. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Our next is encounter chance. So I don't know shit. You'll have to tell me.
This is where we get tough because you have to be
there's specific conditions.
The specific conditions of he joins the crew because you are the first human specter, so you have to be a military person straight up.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next time you meet him, he's a merc on Omega, which is like a whole crime city. And then the next time, if you can, you have to be like the next time in the third game is you have to be on the ship where war is happening. So there's like 3 different options that you can do. If you are a board member of the Normandy, then maybe. But even then, the Normandy, the first Normandy blows up and you'll be dead. Maybe. Not many people survives that one. The second Normandy is human supremacy, but a lot of those people turncoat afterwards. And then in the third one, it's straight up a military vessel, so you'd have to be part of the military. Encounter chance. I'm sorry, I'm rambling a lot. I would give this a 3. You'd have to be 3. You have to be on the ship, or you have to be one of the human specters for him to like talk with.
Okay, I have nothing to say otherwise. I will go with a 3 as well. Death risk doesn't seem.
If you're a criminal, then maybe.
If you're a criminal, and maybe for me, it's a little tough.
But no, he doesn't kill just to kill. It'll be more dangerous to be with him because he's on a ship chasing down some of the biggest space gods in the world.
Right. The death risk is potentially like partnering with him to like hunt down criminals or whatever.
Yeah. So that's where I don't really think that's, if you're that trained and if you can do it, I think you're fine. I'd give this an 8.
8. Okay. I will also give it an 8.
All right. With that, we have all our score. Oh, I just burped. I'm so sorry. I'm going to need a second. Go to the math.
Okay.
All right. Indigestion is gone. I chugged like 3 Pepto Gizmos.
What?
Is that not what you're supposed to do?
No, it's fine. Okay, so for Garrus, for Cleric, the big fan, we got a 7.3. For me, a very uninformed 7.1. So that gives Garrus a very solid 7.2, just a 0.1 over Fur.
Nice. I love to see it. That's my boy. I'm glad Garrus got a little bit higher than everything else. So, Joe, I know you don't like sci-fi, so who are you picking for your sci-fi choice? Sorry, I didn't do the transition of the Gallant. That's the Gallant Garrus.
Oh my god, those Pepto Giz, whatever the fucks you were talking about. So I'll be sort of harkening back to more nostalgic picks. Like there's a lot of like sci-fi back on like fucking Cartoon Network and like Toonami and like whenever like all the older animes like ended up showing up, which is where like I started with fantasy. Inuyasha when I was growing up, there was definitely that. So I'll be going to a little bit more recent than Inuyasha, but obviously not that much more. Attention, privates!
What the fuck is it? What? Oh, yes, sir, yes. Sir, yes, sir.
Onto the monster I'm gonna fuck. All right, let's go. Corporal of the Charon army is a valiant, stalwart, and hot-tempered frog. Trained in guerrilla warfare, he is able to summon weapons of varying sizes anytime. With a mysterious scar across his left eye, his rampaging personality holds him above the rest of the silly frog-like Coronians. But he's all the same with a lack of experience with love. Attention, private, reporting! Corporal Giroro.
The fucking frog?
The fucking frog. Here, and I'll show you a picture.
I think I know what this is, but I'm going to scream if it's what I think it is, genuinely.
So what you see before you
No fucking way.
is about like 2 feet, less than 2 feet tall, red frog corporal of
thought he was
the Coronian.
green.
No, that's Keroro.
Oh, okay.
There's Keroro, Giroro, Kururu, Dororo, and the other one, the ninja one. But this is Giroro, who is the hot-tempered one. He's the corporal. He has like his voice by Christopher Zabit. He was my just childhood crush watching the show in Korea.
Your childhood crush was a frog?
Was a frog. With guns, who can summon from fucking anywhere. He's emotionally unexperienced, romantically unexperienced. He's a frog, so sexually inexperienced. But everything that he doesn't have is all into guerrilla warfare tactics, guns, dissembling and assembling, and
so he's good with his hands.
Being bad with women. He has flippers.
He's good with his flippers.
He's good with his livers, and his meat tastes like chicken.
What the fuck?
Because frogs taste, I don't know. Okay, whatever.
No, frog frog legs taste like chicken. I've never had frog legs. I'd eat that.
Me neither.
Okay. You've thrown me for a loop here because I thought you were picking something else, and when
looking
I heard
at it makes me hungry.
So we're already off to a bad start. Because if looking at him makes you hungry, not horny, that's a different H word, you know?
It's still there.
Oh. For context, Joe is just looking at a picture, just staring off at it, and just
to the other monitor,
just staring at it.
Okay. So he's 2.2 feet tall, He's scared of cockroaches because me too. Excellent sweet potato farmer and cook.
Oh, okay. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice.
Okay, so apparently, I'm just literally reading the Kiroro fandom trivia. Apparently, throughout, if he were to be split into 7 different characters to like show different aspects of himself, only one of them would be a soldier and the rest of them would be more like housewives. So there's like a gap, there's a gap moe thing going on. You know what I mean? Like, and he's a tsundere like through and through. Like what I love, he's like one of the main, like I can't think of any Naruto like tsundere like off the bat like characters. I really don't know. Like,
okay, the pause. I thought you were gonna say something.
No, no, but like the only thing that Naruto had, for example, was just like women who were nice to some boys and women who were nice to the ones that they liked. And with Giroro, there's a girl that he likes. He's like 10,000 years old or something, so it's like inappropriate. But he is just like so like nervous around her, and like other like romantic kind of experiences that he's ever had is just, I guess, not similar to Garrus, but like we have another soldier type here who's just
let's say there's a running theme here now.
So competent in one thing, but the many different aspects of him are actually more like, if he like had the opportunity to start like a family or a life elsewhere, he would be a sweet potato farmer.
That's kind of sweet. This little sweet potato boy.
It's sweet. And he's voiced by Christoffer Sabat.
Okay. So I'm trying to think of, because here's what's stopping me. And this is what's a major, I would say like not a major factor, but one of the things where it is, I'm trying to picture fucking the frog. And it's kind of difficult to do that. I'm having difficulty.
Slippery. Listener, your audio device has not stopped. Cleric and I are having a standoff right now about what I just said. So
slippery.
That's what I said.
Sorry, I couldn't think of it. You factory resetted me a little bit, Greg. Just like I didn't know what to do. I didn't know the next sentence to say. Okay, I mean, yeah, it's slippery, but again, just because something's wet doesn't mean I want to fuck it. A tree could have a hole and if it's wet, it's raining outside, I can find it. Again, I had problems with that. Hold up. Like, that's not...
because it's wet.
Not because it was wet, because she was dismembered in the middle.
Yeah, of course.
So, wetness isn't the factor here. Wetness isn't going to immediately be like, change my mind, I'm bricked up right now. It's fucking wet. I'm fucking bricked. As long as that shit is like fucking ocean levels, I'm fucking sticking it in. I gotta be like...
Considering he can bring out any weapon from anywhere, who isn't to say that in his arsenal, artillery, they're like things... The guns are phallic. If you like gunplay, that's just like, that's absolutely one thing.
That's a whole fetish for people. Like knife play, gunplay, like having like a barrel of a gun shoved into your mouth while you get fucked is a whole thing.
And has that happened to you?
So there's other fetishes though. Besides that, I can't really think of like, sure, there's that, and he's like, it's more of your. This is somebody you're good at. Dom.
Want to do that? He wouldn't want to do that.
He's too sweet to do that. He's too nice to do it. I think he'd be like, this is somebody you're teaching everything to. There's everything. It's
absolutely.
This is like, hey, he's like, what am I doing with my flippers? And he's like, okay, you could just like hold it to the left. He will respond to instructions because he's a soldier. So
he's a soldier. He's a corporal. Not that high of a rank.
But he still listens. So it's just like, hey, do this, do this, do this, do this. So if you're the type to want to give instructions to somebody, he's like, yes, ma'am. Blah, 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 blah. Go from there.
And we need more men like that, I think.
Yeah, more people have to be willing to listen to instructions.
More men who are 2 feet tall, completely slippery. Frog aliens who can bring out weapons from anywhere.
You know, on the plus side, you don't have to be the one to be wet. They'll take that for you.
So true.
Yeah. You can slip on in.
Slippery when wet.
They're always wet. Dab me up, brother.
So, I'm not sure if there's not really that much else to say.
Dab me up, brother.
He is, like I said, Very hot tempered. So that is like definitely going to be like
you're leaving me hanging, brother.
Personality wise.
Brother, my hand is here.
I think obviously sex appeal really won't do that much here. But
brother, my hand.
He did everything for me.
Brother, you're not dabbing me. Joe just punched me. I don't really think there's a lot if we go to the scale, there's not a lot of sex appeal to this. Don't get me wrong. He's cute. Yeah, exactly. He's cute. And you could say there's a different, in a cute scale, he'd be a 10 out of 10. Genuinely. I like the whole dichotomy of everything. I like the little motif. I like his little helmet. I like all that kind of stuff. But it's not, if I'm at a bar, I'm not looking across the bar and seeing this 2-foot tall frogman drinking and being like, that man's getting in my asshole tonight.
All of them. Everywhere. Yeah.
So there's no way that happens with this frog.
I'm going to go, it might be a little high. I'm going to go 5.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay. I respect it because this is your childhood nostalgia crush.
Yeah.
Which is a whole other can of worms that explains a lot about you.
Whatever. I still like Sasuke.
I mean, it's the 2 childhood crushes, Sasuke Uchiha and the fucking frog man. These are the same level.
Same thing. Same thing.
So I'm gonna give this like a 2.
That's
There's
fair.
Somebody out there. I mean, love your short kings. I am a short king. Love them out there. But this is.
You're 2 feet tall. You're 2 inches tall.
No.
You're so little.
No, stop it. So yeah, I think a 2 is fine.
Okay.
So, what's the next one? Romance, right?
Romance. No, personality.
Oh, personality-wise, this is the same thing with Garrus. It's
a lot to work with. Perhaps even less than Garrus.
Yeah, there's less to work with than Garrus, but also in the same vein of this is somebody who's a soldier, which again, I inherit problems with the military-industrial complex feelings, So immediately I'm like, and if that's his main person, he's maybe sweet, like housewife type here, where it's like, I love farming, I love this, I love that, all my secrets there. But if his initial base personality is, what are you doing, soldier? I'm trying to get in your pussy, soldier. It's like
no. As soon as it comes to bedroom stuff, I think he's just nervous. He's toned down for sure.
He's definitely like just nervous being.
He's putting up like a front most of the time, but once you like get him like in private quarters, like even with his other frog soldiers, he's just like, I'm gonna level with you. You gotta calm down, like or whatever.
It's like I gotta level with you. I fucking love sweet potatoes, man.
I love making sweet potato dumplings. That's all I want to do.
I gotta level with you, man. I just fucking love sweet potatoes and cleaning.
Gnocchi.
I gotta fucking level with you, man.
All I want to eat is pasta.
I love pasta.
Rachel Ray.
I fucking love Rachel May. I gotta level with you.
Just the craziest housewife ever. Yeah.
Wait, so no, actually, there's actually a perfect example for him that actually might raise him up. Where the House Husband. I don't know if you've seen that anime.
Oh yes, of course.
So that could be him, where he's like this tough guy, but he's doing all this cute shit because he's like doing it in a military faction.
As we factored in, though, he's a frog alien.
He is a frog alien, so there is less appeal because the dichotomy of it, or like what is it, the Gat Moe. So
yeah,
I'm gonna give this a 4. It's gonna
I'm giving it a 6.
That's fair. I'm not gonna clown you for it. I think a 6 is fine.
That's so nice of you. Yeah.
Okay.
Relationship potential. I wonder if for this, it's like almost maybe hand in hand with encounter chance because he willingly comes to Earth to find Kirito, his sergeant.
Mm-hmm.
So like he is able to like travel, just fully able to travel from there and there.
He's willing to travel. He's willing to. Does he get involved in humans? Like, does he stay at a home? I haven't seen this.
Yeah, he stays in a high school, middle school boys like house or whatever with his sister, and they just like help this boy like solve like human problems in like strange frog alien ways, and like it's just like a very cute show with like strange like cute solutions to cute things. Like it's just like it was such a fun show.
Okay, so I think he's willing to interact with humans. He's willing to have these conversations, which raises encounter chance. I don't think it raises up romance chances. I think he would be a solid partner if you're able to even get to that point with him.
If you really work that whole way through, yeah.
So I'll give this for romance. I'm gonna give this another 4. I think I'm gonna double it with 4. I will give it a higher encounter chance, and I'll give encounter chance a 7.
I'm gonna give relationship potential a 5 because you can crack through that fast if you're a woman. Yeah. Encounter chance, I'll give.
Damn, this episode is we said no gays, huh? That's crazy.
I guess so. That's really funny. If Kess's choice is not gay, then we're firing her. And I'm going to go encounter chance 7.5.
Okay, I think that's fair. Genuinely, I think because he willingly comes to Earth and if you're the home he decides to help out with, he wants to help out,
and he can go back anytime.
Yeah, so I say I'm with it. Death risk.
He does carry around weapons and kind of commits mild acts of domestic terrorism every now and then.
I'm sorry, what?
Because he has gunning streets down and people are just what's going on? And then never talk about it. He never gets arrested, whatever. So he gets away with it.
That's not a positive, but understandable.
That's why I'm also saying.
Yeah.
It's possible that you get hurt. The kids get hurt sometimes.
Okay. And listen, unless it's frog guns, if they're actual guns, I can't survive more than 2 bullet shots. I don't have the blood volume for it.
I don't have the plasma.
I've got B positive blood, but I'm not that.
But I can't be positive. Yeah, the death risk is definitely there.
I think
so we gave Garrus an 8.
True. So I'll rate. I think because he's a little bit more gung ho about it, I'll give him a 7. So just a point below Garrus, because Garrus understands gun safety.
There is that, and I'm not. No, Giroro does not. Because human conventions, I think to this day, even after hundreds of episodes at this point, who knows? Who knows where he is really at? But so we got the numbers.
You didn't say a number.
7. Sorry.
Okay. So yeah, now we have the numbers. So let's pull our guns up in the sky and just start firing wildly. That was a wild transition. that was just...
We pulled out our real guns.
We
shot them in our homes. We're not getting our security deposit back. It's fine.
We have a security deposit in the liminal space? Do you think Electo has that?
I'm just trying to appeal to the people.
What are you? The proletariat?
Yes.
Oh, okay, fuck it. Keep going. Hold on. What's the numbers?
The numbers are for Giroro, the corporal. For cleric, you got a 4.8, and for me, a 6.1, which gives Giroro an average of 5.5.
You know what? That's fair. That's perfectly made.
I'm first in the 5s this season.
Nice. All right. What's been our lowest score so far?
Satan at 3.5.
Damn. Honestly, goal, let's get lower. Which we might do with this next pick, since we are done with the, I don't know, a C adjective for this guy.
Giroro.
Or G, what would be the G one? The glorious Giroro.
Great, amazing.
We're moving on to Kez's pick. Again, just for context, we don't know what this is. We have no idea. What this could be. So with that being said, Joe, are you ready to open the file?
Yes. So what it says for the top part of the document, it's actually suggested by our friend Stray Nerd Boy, who was in our Yu-Gi-Oh episode. Please make sure that you go listen to that because it was a very fun one. Kess's subtitle here. I just want to apologize for what happened when we spoke about demons. Okay, so apologizing for Satan.
I appreciate that, yeah.
The time off helped me clear my head. Doubt it. I can't thank Stray Nerd Boy enough for filling in for me with the producer pick. Anyway, I think you two will really like this week's pick. Okay, so.
Okay.
Let's see.
All right, 3.
Count us off.
2. You're fucking lying.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, this is pretty... Yeah. Okay, this is on theme for the episode today of our 3 picks. This is pretty on theme, and it's a classic. I'm with it. It's a classic. Let's
get into it.
Let's get into it. Live for the hunt, die for the hunt. The Predator hails from a culture of proud warriors who travel the galaxy searching for worthy opponents to test their mettle against. Equipped with technology beyond human understanding and the intelligence to adapt to any new environment, they are ruthless killers who stop at nearly nothing to earn their spoils of war. However, they aren't just a bloodthirsty band of space pirates. When faced with prey able to best one of their own, they've demonstrated chivalry, spared their target, and given gifts as unique signs of respect. Predator, 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 predator.
So
Predator,
I am not
predator.
that familiar, actually. I'm going to rely on you also, because again, I'm not a sci-fi person.
Predator, predator. Well, it's gonna suck for you because
is
I
Predator
have
from the Alien?
no. So the original Predator is with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he.
I see.
So they're a band of military folks. I think if I remember the movie correctly, it's been a while since I've seen it. There's a band of military folks who get sent to like this jungle. They're kind of just there, and they're getting hunted by the predators because I think in that movie there is 3 of them. And they're getting hunted by the predators. I think Arnold's the only one that survives, but it's like they're getting hunted by these aliens who have super superior technology, like can shoot through their brains, like slice them up. They're pretty intense. And then you see I think they reveal their faces, which is like the face sucker. Kind of face
it like
thing.
splits.
Yeah, which hot in its own right, but. Originally they were their own franchise until I think in the 2000s, like 2008, 2000, they did the Alien versus Predator. So they had the Aliens franchise, which has been long running. Then they included the Predators with it. So then I think the lore that they dropped in that series, which is not, it's all right. The lore they dropped in that one is that the aliens have been a plague on the galaxy for years now, for centuries, and so the predators have been hunting them, kind of thing. If I remember, it's either that or it was just an extreme coincidence. And so the predators team up with humans because they were originally going to hunt humans, but they team up with the humans because they're like, "What the fuck is going on? We're getting eaten by these things. Like we're getting fucking thing." And then one of the predators gets infected by an alien, and then you get an alien predator hybrid.
Oh, interesting. Terrifying. Terrible.
Yeah, it's a bad.
Oh.
And so when that franchise goes on, I think they've rebooted it. You know what I haven't seen that I need to see?
Predator Prey.
Or yeah, Prey. Yes,
Just Prey.
Just Prey. Because apparently that movie's amazing, and it shows just how the predators. Where I've always come to Earth to hunt people. It's been like Earth has always been their hunting ground to test warriors. It seems super interesting. I might watch it after this. To give more context, but that's kind of it. They're very tough. They're all like toned, all hot. I saw you pull up the Rule 34, so we can just yeah. I saw that notification. So
surprisingly, a lot of female predators or like trans predators. Pretty interesting. It is funny how I think whenever people. There's like an interesting conflation of like this really raw, like masculine figure, and then like, but what if we like slapped a pussy on her, some tits?
What if we give it some big old fucking titties?
And some of that might even be just like, I used to identify with this, I used to really love this thing, and now that it looks more like me, it's like kind of even like better.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, but I think it's also that dichotomy of like, something super masculine and has all this like masculine type energy attached to it. Putting titties on that shit,
Slap titties on that shit.
And bringing
That's
it more
what I'm
into
saying
the
about
feminine.
everything. Slap the titties on Pepsi and Cola.
I'd fuck that.
Well, let me show you the Rule 34 for Pepsi and Cola.
I'll look that up right now. That seems intense. I'm going to literally look up Pepsi. There's 503.
Of course, yeah.
Oh, this is not good.
This is not good.
Instantaneously, no. Oh, Pepsi Man. Nice. Anyways, we're getting off track. No, why is this opening in my... No, okay. This opened on my actual browser, and now that's going to be in my history forever. Thank you, Joe.
No worries.
So yeah, Predator is just this intense, very masculine. They don't really speak. They kind of just go like...
Me too.
Me too. That's what my pussy makes. I don't know if they're gay or not. This episode, is military men. So if you like men in uniform...
Apparently.
If you if that's your thing, this is the episode for you. Military aliens. Why is I don't know why military is so fucking invested in alien culture, but I think it's, that's a whole thing that species can't like. Either you have peace-seeking aliens, or you're aliens who just want war, and that proves that humanity's better. And I don't know. You also see dark reflections of humanity, since humanity also loves war. So you always see those into the extremes of what it is.
Yeah.
Anyways, I fucked their mouth.
I was gonna say the being able to like open it like any size pussy, any size ass, any situation.
You probably gives amazing head. Well, actually, no, because they're teeth.
We can overcome.
If you like piercings.
He
also has a lot of toys. Predators have a lot of toys that are going to be used for you. Nets, cannons, claws.
He can put did predators have the heat seeking?
Yes.
Shit. Okay.
I think, that's their vision is mostly heat based, or the armor at least is mostly, when they have the armor on the helmet, it's mostly heat based.
There is such thing as predator prey play, hunted hunty, hunter hunty.
Yeah. So
a lot of primal.
Yeah, but there's also not a lot of communication, and most of the time, I guess what you could do is you could challenge them to a sex battle, but I don't know if they'll take it. They are like like Kez said, they're chivalrous. They do have like a code of honor. So I mean, you could play
have
with
to be confident. You have to be confident that yourself, which neither of us are. We not a day of labor in our lives. Am I right?
Damn me up, brother.
I'm not going to.
Okay. Yeah, I really don't have much to say about this, to be honest. It's very much, while it's an interesting pick, and I think there are some things about it that are interesting, and I think will rank high. I am kind of, I don't know. I think we should get to the scale. I think we should let that process us.
Yeah.
All right. Sex appeal. I think these things are sexy. They wear like fucking fishnet shirts.
Sure.
Nipples
naturally,
out.
Yes. Like
they got a 5 head,
dripping. They got a 5 head though. Yeah, that's okay. I don't mind 5 head.
They're just dripping. They like drool sometimes, just like slimed up.
That's fine with me too.
And I think just off base, I think they're sexy. I'll give this an 8 out of 10.
I was gonna say, like, I don't know if it's sexier than Garrus.
I don't think so.
And that might just be because Garrus has shown more personality than these individual predators. I will go 8 as well, just because it's not giving me as much as Garrus potentially. But when we get potentially into the vigilante not terrorism, Jesus Christ, taking that back. When we get into personality or like encounter chance, even about like, not even, we've been talking about vigilante justice the entire time, just about their own sense of injustice or like righteousness or something. We will surely get into that.
Yeah, I think because we can jump to that right now because I think that's the next one, personality. I think what this episode has shown is we've gone to the sliding scale of things, where I think Corporal Giroro is like not vigilante, but he's a military man who like follows the rules. Then you have
he's a military man.
Garrus, who is a military man, but also it can go either way. Like he believes in vigilante justice and he does sometimes enact it, but he mostly does it righteously for the people. And that's his belief system in it. And then we have vigilante just straight up culture, which is just like, I'm coming to this planet, I'm hunting the best. And if I die during the hunt, it is what it is. And like, it's not vigilante justice, it's just vigilanteism. I don't know if it, I don't even know it's vigilanteism because it's not like doing anything heroic or taking like matters into their own hands. It's the worst sense of I can do what I want with the weaponry I have.
Yeah.
And we've encountered the worst chance of that, which is like interesting in its own conversation. But when it comes to personality for fucking, I am not a fan. While they are chivalrous, you have to fight them. You have to best them in battle. You have to do something. And they don't really speak, so we can only infer their personality from their actions, which their actions aren't great. I think they kill innocent people sometimes because they're just interfering with the hunt. So
yeah,
I'm going to give this the lowest score I think of the episode I've given for personality, which is going to be like a 2.
I'm going to have to agree with that. Yeah. Like, I do appreciate the like chivalry aspect, and that's not necessarily like we don't necessarily have like individual predators' personalities like on lock or anything like that. But like, I do appreciate that there's like a general culture of like chivalry going on. So that does make me want to give them a like 3.
Okay, I think that's fair. Relationship potential, I'm putting this as a 0 or a 1. I don't think we can even do a 0, but 1.
It is, yeah, it's tough.
I don't think they would be able to do romance like that. I don't think they're able to establish things deeper on a deeper level. I don't think I can introduce them to my parents. So I think that's a whole other ball game to get into. So I think
1 makes sense.
Counter chance.
They go to Earth.
And I think, if we give the corporal this, I think that gets you a little bit higher on the scale. They do hunt people, mostly people who are in military or in weird situations. I think there's in the second Alien vs. Predator movie, they come, the aliens, because in the first Aliens vs. Predator movie, it's in like fucking Antarctica that they discover this ancient temple that has the aliens in it. But
is it like certain circumstances in the setting that they drop down?
Yeah,
because it's not like in the city.
Well, in the second one, they go to the city, I think, because the aliens escape into like a small suburban town because of the military shut out. And so the aliens are there. But in other movies, they've been in like when there was a war. So they were like, I think in Vietnam with hunting those soldiers. I think there was another remake of Predator where it was more in like a war. They had like sent escaped convicts to them. They also did, I think in Prey, it's during like when settlers are first coming to America type thing. And they feel like it's the Native Americans. So I think they usually go when there's conflict that they can hide in, but most of the time I think it's just, so if there's conflict in an area or if there's something that they have to hunt, like again, like the aliens themselves, in a town, I think they'll show up. But they're not really a good omen. I'm tangents, but I'll give this a 4.
Interesting. I think this is like probably like I think a 6.
Okay, that's
just for the very reasons that you mentioned.
Yeah, 6 is I think pretty good. So next one,
death risk.
High. This is extremely high. They'll kill you. They will most likely kill you when you first meet them. This is extremely high. And it's not a good high. And not like, we'll see what happens. You have to really fucking earn. You have to be super lucky to even get a chance. I think this is a 1 again.
I agree. Yeah, I was gonna say like the whole point. Like even if it is like a hunter x hunter situation. Most people are not that. Most people are not on par with predators. So I think we got the scores.
I think we do. So I'm getting a knock at my door. What's going on? Oh, I think it's an alien. I gotta go talk to them real quick. So I'll be right back.
Oh no, you'll be fine. It's okay.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
They just needed directions. So we're all good.
Oh, just needed directions? Okay,
yeah.
You just like sent them to the next civilization. Okay, great.
They're looking for Area 51.
Oh, they'll be fine. They'll find it.
They'll find it.
Okay. We have the numbers. Cleric for the
Predator?
For the what's the alliteration?
The Predator.
The pussy predator. Okay, great.
Pussy, yeah, shout out to the pussy predators, everybody.
So for Cleric, we have a 3.2. And then for me, we have a 3.8. Thank you so much, Oleander, again, for giving us the Predator. Predator got the same score as Satan, which is a 3.5.
Okay. That's, wow, I love the same level. We have Satan and then
a Predator. Yeah.
So, all right. That's an interesting thing. So, Joe, if you could do me the favor and just read out our winner and losers today or ranking them for us so we can just give a little synopsis of today's episode. Wow.
So our loser for today, once again, same as Satan, Predator at a 3.5. Mm-hmm. Our mid is my pick for today, Giroro, the Red Frog Corporal.
He says if he just was a little bit bigger,
Sexier,
think.
bigger.
Sexier.
Yeah.
If
he were 3 foot tall,
honestly, yeah,
it'd be different.
That'd be different. But 2 foot tall.
And if he had a loincloth, it would be like a little sense of mystery, maybe.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're getting to somewhere else.
we're getting somewhere else.
Yeah.
Giroro at a 5.5, our mid, and then our winner today. Congratulations, Cleric 34. We Garrus Vicarian.
That's the boy. Vicarian.
With a 7.2.
I just want to keep bringing on my Mass Effect love, and as long as my Mass Effect besties keep winning, that's all that matters to me.
And hey, you there's a 2 for 3 so far for season 2, Cleric.
Let's go. I'm on the win streak right now, baby. Winner of this season at the end of this, at the end of our recording season,
gets to go to Disneyland.
Chooses what convention we go to. So,
oh Christ. SexCon.
I think it'd be fun if we did this at a porn convention.
Yeah, it'd be fun. I'm tired of you. Let's finish this out.
All right. Any last words? Anything to send us off with?
Final
thoughts.
Free Palestine.
That's I think the best ending. Free Palestine. All right.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to our show. Your hosts have been Cleric and Josephine, who you can find on Twitter as Cleric_34 and Scary Dog Friend, respectively. The show was edited by me, Kestrel, who you can find as Holocampus. Our marketing strategist is Gwen, who you can find as Glitchy_Pixie, and the character designs are done by Ribby, who you can find as Art by Ribby. Our intro and outro song is Fiction/Reality by the band Hypnosister. Thank you to Soren for permission to use this song. Our Ko-fi members are Akima, Amelia G, Gwendolyn, Christian J, Bunhun, Zombiefighter89, Antonio Nibbles, and Andrew Clark. Thank you all so much for your support. Outtakes for episodes can be found on our Ko-fi, which is kofi.com/monsterloverpod. If you want to listen to those, join as a member there, and listen to the silly bits that don't make it into the episode. If you want to support us, rate us on Spotify, or leave a review on Apple Podcasts. It means a lot to us. And if you want to keep up to date with us, follow us on Twitter at MonsterLoverPod. Right now, we're trying to help spread awareness and raise money for Gwen's rehousing fund. They're trying to reach 10.5k. We're at 8k currently, and we've been offering additional content based on whatever milestones the fundraiser has reached. So right now, we're planning on doing some audience pick episodes. We're having a live stream on the 27th and the 20th of April, where we'll be playing some Poppy Playtime, other horror games, reading fan fiction, and if their fundraiser reaches 10k, we're going to be doing a TTRPG episode. We might be playing Dungeons & Dragons, we might be playing something else, we don't know yet. But if you want to know more about that, head over to our Twitter at MonsterLoverPod and look for our pinned tweet. Anyway, our next episode comes out April 20th. We'll be traveling to the Forgotten Realms with a special party member, delving deep into the dark crevices of whatever we find lurking in the dark. I'm very sorry. Until next time, stay safe, monsterfuckers.
Fiction or reality? How do you see me? Please don't forget me by my name, even if it's all a game. Your words will remain when you said that I was your ambition. I don't know reality or fiction, no. Oh, oh. Oh, oh. Oh, no, oh, no, oh, no, oh, no. Oh, oh. Oh, oh. Oh, no, oh, no, oh, no, oh, no.
That's my sexy description. I don't know. You can slow that down. Sorry, I said it really fast, so Kez, you can just slow that down.